This is What She Said with Kate Wheeler, Christine Bentley, and Sharon Caddy on Canada Talks.
Hello there. Welcome back to What She Said on Canada Talks 167. I'm Christine Bentley in studio with Samantha Houston, our guest host today, and we are joined today by the founder of VOOFA.ca and the author of Gain More Customers Online. He is an internet marketing guru, Vivek Raj Shivhare. So welcome, Vivek.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, but I'm wondering, how are you? Because you were hacked, and you're here to tell us how not to get hacked.
Well, the thing is, since I deal with internet marketing, a lot of time people see me as a guru, and they follow me, and most of the hackers and all, they want to steal my identity, and that has happened twice before with Facebook.
Wow, that's scary.
Yeah, we should tell you that we got an email from Vivek not long ago saying, if you get anything with this email address, it's not me.
The thing is, it just happened today that somebody sent an email to the team at What She Said with my name on it saying that, hey, listen, your website is not performing well, so can I help you out with that? And, I got a response from Kate. So I replied back saying, hey, listen, you know what? This is coming from a spammer who's taking my name and sending out email to you because somehow he has figured out that.
Right.
So it's called spamming, but then, now we know, from where the emails are coming from.
Okay, so as a security expert then, so this happens to you, what kind of an invasion of privacy is it? And does it make what's going on with other companies more relatable now that it's happened to you?
Well, it does, because if you look at last year, we had more than 20 cases where there was a data breach, like big companies like Sony, Home Depot, Dairy Queen, eBay, they all got hacked. And if you look at the numbers, we are talking about people like in millions, millions of data.
Yeah.
So just alone, if you look at Sony, the story is, 5 of their unreleased movies were leaked out. And there were more than 47,000 of these social security numbers that were leaked out, and they were published 1.1 million times over the internet by 600 websites. So you see how scary that situation is, where your personal information like credit card information, social security numbers are getting out in the market, in the public domain, and you cannot even control that.
I was just going to say, Chris, to interrupt, sorry, Vivek, and in this particular story with Sony, it became much more than just the hack. It was also, it directly impacted already rough relations between North Korea and the United States. So this is much bigger. Hacking all of a sudden takes on a global sort of feel and a dangerous political vibe as well.
Yes, it does, because, I don't want to say on the political side of things, but I know that hackers are one of the most intelligent breed on the planet. But let me give you an example. When you buy a cell phone and you give it to your mom, you say, hey, listen, mom, I've got a cell phone. And your mom is going to ask, what does it do? Your answer should be, you can make calls. And your mom will say, oh, okay, I know what it does. Now, when you give a cell phone to a hacker, the hacker is going to look at it and say, hey, listen, I know what this thing does. Now, what can I make out of this so that I can pretty much listen to what my neighbor is talking with the same device? So he's going to, take out all the screws, we'll look at the chip, we'll look at the programming and try to hack it, and we'll try to listen to what other people are doing in the surrounding area.
Well, it used to be, Vivek, I think, in talking to tech people, that in the old days, when Microsoft would come out with a new operating system, they kind of relied on hackers because they were a friendly group that would kind of fix the problems in the system by hacking in, and then they would change things and improve them, right? So they found the loopholes, or they found the problems in it. Now it has become a big criminal business.
Oh, it's sinister. I feel like it's just sinister.
Well, there are two kind of hackers out there. One are the beginners who do it for fun, and the other one are the experts who do it for money. So you have to be cautious with both of them, because we don't really know what they are up to. You cannot say okay, you know what, my website just got hacked because of this particular reason. There can be hundreds of reasons why they hacked your website.
Well, there was a 19-year-old in London, Ontario, not too long ago who hacked the federal government, I think, and it was just because he could. Yes. There was nothing sinister about that, you know?
But I sort of look at them now. I think they are the modern mercenaries in that they're not out there with guns in planes, in tanks.
Absolutely.
But they are the modern mercenaries. They get paid to cause damage, and they caused a huge uproar between the U.S. and North Korea.
Right.
Although, I mean, I think it was the movie that North Korea.
Yeah, the interview.
But then they back and forth about you hacked us, no, we didn't, and etc. But they are very powerful, and so what is involved here? I mean, how would someone hack a website of an individual or a small business owner? How do they do that?
Well, the way the hack happens is there are three different kinds. Like you can segment into three different categories. Number one is a device hacking. So if there is a computer, cell phone, satellite, or even, let's say, in the coming years, you will have your toaster, more electronically capable of communicating with you. Anything that has that computer feature in it can be hacked. So it's like device hacking. The second category is called website hacking, where we are talking about domain hijacking and hosting hijacking, and pretty much your website, they hack your website. And the third one is the database hacking, and that is the one that happened with Sony and the big companies. It's like they are looking into your database, looking at the credit card and all that information. So the reason why or how hack works is they insert scripts. These guys are genius. They know programming, so they can build scripts that they can install on your website without letting you know, and slowly you will see that all the traffic that is going to your website is going somewhere else. In 99% of the cases, it is either the current employees or the former employees of a company who can just insert that one small script somewhere in the database, and it gets hacked right away. And a good example of this is if you use MySpace or Facebook. You must have seen the homepage, and you have a lot of feeds coming in. You can see a picture coming up with Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, and it has something really attractive, and you think like, oh, I should press this and look like what is the news. And suddenly when you press on it, it gives you, hey, we want access to your email and all the list of friends and everything, and then we'll give you more information about what happened with Brad Pitt. So you click on it, you get that app that is a script installed on your Facebook page, and slowly you see that all your friends are their friends.
It's frightening when you say that, because I'm thinking about my Facebook page and I'm thinking, absolutely, I'm seeing those advertisements all around, and I am tempted to click. And by the same token, Target was hacked, Home Depot hacked. It makes me afraid as a consumer and a person on Facebook to touch anything. I'm afraid. I think the only way to protect myself is not to use my credit card, is not to click on anything on a website. And is that the only way?
And not to have a computer. I have a security system, and I've now hired a team that regularly, every 2 weeks, I call and they go through my computer and check, because I'm terrified.
I would segment that online. You have two kind of people. One is a buyer, and the other one is a seller. So most of the people who will use their credit cards, they are the buyers. So there are some precautions you have to take. It's just like, the cold and flu is all over the place, but you're still taking the flu shot in order to protect yourself from getting
flu, so right? So tell us, what do we do then?
As a buyer, you should look at the website structure and the authority of that website over the internet. Like, let's say you go to eBay or Amazon, and you know that, okay, these are legitimate websites. Now let me look at the payment gateway. So payment gateway is the place where you are actually going to enter your credit card information. Always remember that the bar that is on the top, that is the browser bar on top, it goes green. And it says HTTPS.
Yeah, that's true. It does.
Right? So you have to always check that. If that is not happening, don't use your credit card. Mostly when you use PayPal, that feature is always there, so you don't have to worry about it. So that all works fine. But as a buyer, you have to make sure that, that bar on top, the URL bar, goes green, and it says HTTPS when you are making a payment.
Okay, so that's for paying, and we've covered Facebook. What other things can we do to protect ourselves from having our computers hacked?
Getting your computer hacked. Stop going to spammy websites that you think they look attractive, but they have zero content on it. Most of the time, if you're surfing on Google, you won't see those websites anymore, because Google is very cautious about spammy websites. So they have deleted those websites from their database. So that is one thing. Let's talk about the seller. Let's say you are selling a product, right? What you should do with your website so that a buyer feels comfortable to buy the products from your website. First thing is the SSL certificate. That is the security certificate that every e-commerce website should install on their website, so that when somebody comes to the website to buy a product or service, they know that, hey, you know what, this bar on top is going to go green because it has the secure certificate on it. And now there is a new thing coming up with Google indexing, is that if you want better, higher ranking on Google, you have to have an SSL certificate, because it just certifies that your website is sitting on a secure server.
Okay,
Well,
so I was just going to say, is there anything that is 100% secure? I mean, you're telling me that you were hacked, and I have been hacked as well. I've had to deal with identity theft twice.
So have I.
You know,
Yep.
it's so, I feel like it is such an invasion of privacy. So it feels to me like someone's been in my home and gone through my stuff, and it's just a creepy feeling, you know? Is there anything I can do that's 100% secure?
Well, no. There's nothing like 100% secure online these days.
But
because
you
the more the technology is advancing, the more loopholes are going to come out, and the more loopholes, more hackers are going to hack.
Right.
So
it's an evolving project. But you are offering something.
Well, the thing that we are offering is a monthly maintenance plan where, like you said, that you have somebody looking after your laptop or your machine every week, and they scan your, the whole computer and things. We have the similar thing for websites, where we scan the website every week with our antivirus protection, and then we update the websites with the updated coding, whatever is releasing. So we update the coding of the website as well. Search engine optimization is there, proper indexing is there, and then we save a backup copy on our local server, so that, let's say tomorrow your website gets hacked, within 5 minutes we can put back your website and can change all the passwords.
Mm-hmm. So you have a special deal for our listeners, do you?
Yes, the deal is for $399, and you get a website that is bulletproof protected. So it's like it has the antivirus protection that is connected with Google database. So what it does is, like, whenever there is a hack or a virus on a website, it's going to communicate with Google database and will let us know that there is an attempt of hack happening on your website. And that way we can protect your website right away.
Well, this would be wonderful for business owners who have enough to worry about, never mind, being hacked. I mean, I know people whose website has been taken hostage for a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Vivek, thank you so much for joining us today, and for all our listeners who may want some help hack-proofing their computers. Where do they go?
They go to VOOFA.ca. That's VOOFA.ca.
You're listening to What She Said.